No, I know the answer. I know my answer, but thing is that it feels like I speak more in every podcast and you speak less. That's why I wanted this to be you speak more, I speak
You
less.
definitely do not.
Oh, cool.
I speak more. I know you
Shh,
think
shh,
that
shh, shh.
I know you think that I don't, but I do. I
Okay.
actually speak more.
Oh, cool, cool. Ask. Go for it. It's a new podcast. New day, new life.
Welcome to episode 6 of Curry Burger. This is a podcast between Adam Fitzpatrick and Sammy Saha. We're two entertainment designers and friends, and we talk about art, life, the artist journey, and any kind of tips or tricks we've learned along the way. This episode's going to be a little bit different than usual. It is all about Sammy. We are talking about his life, his journey up to this point. It's a pretty short biography, but you'll be able to meet the man behind the microphone and hopefully be entertained along the way. Let's get started. I think it'd be really interesting to see where you came from. Give me a quick little bio of how Sammy ended up where he is now in art and life.
So basically, when I was a kid, like as all fellow artists, they always say that it always was something they were driven as from childhood. Same here. I drew a lot as a kid. Basically what every kid does, but with drawing, I also had. Uh, I read a lot of comic books. I got influenced by different artists through a very small age, like mainly DC and Marvel. So I try to replicate them, like draw like a Spider-Man or a Superman, and I really enjoyed them. But then that was when I was a kid. So I
Hmm.
grew. I went to school. Then life came in the way. I forgot about it, and I used to draw occasionally, but not like I want to do something with art. But
Yeah, sure.
after I finished high school, I wanted to basically eh, rethink about it. The only reason I wanted to rethink, and I didn't want it to go to like conventional studies, because I had this phobia. I was good in studies, but I didn't want it to uh, study. I wanted to do something fun, you know. Uh, so I
You
didn't want.
weren't quite ready to grow up yet?
Yeah, I wanted to do something fun, and only two things fun came in my head was either be a chef because I like to eat and all, and
Mm-hmm.
or be an artist because I was more confident with the art because I was doing this regularly. I was doing this from like childhood. I had more confident that I can be someone in art. So I found out what I want to do as I went to college. So now finding the college was difficult because art in India is basically termed as a thing you do for hobby. At least in my family, it was. We
But you,
thought,
the area you're from, you told me it's kind of known as the
yeah,
land of poets,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Poets and artists are there. Calcutta is something like that. But thing is that, but still, it's something not everybody wants to do and see a future on it.
Oh, okay.
it it
Yeah,
it
sure.
was it was during the independence, it was. But now it's modern, everybody's thinking about life, they want to earn. So basically, so when I wanted to do, I didn't want to do conventional, like traditional art, which is like fine arts. There are many colleges near up where I stay
Mm-hmm.
that teaches fine art, and they're like totally reputed college, and they like kick ass. Those artists are awesome, but I wanted to do something modern. And I wanted to do something modern, that because doing something modern is also give me more money. I didn't want to go to a place and just because I have to think of life also. I have to also think of my future. So I was like, I didn't want to go and do some portraits and get paid one time. I want to do something that I do regularly, and I'm awesome or something. So I went the nearest thing I
So you
could.
knew you had to be a starving artist, but you didn't want to starve too
Too
much.
much, right? I didn't want to play that gamble also. Plus, I was thinking of my future. If I had to sustain myself as an artist, it's
Yeah.
better do something that's in animation is in. I want to do animation because I read places, and I saw people working on it in newspapers, and I was to get some interviews or something. So the nearest thing I could scramble that time was an animation college in far away from my place. I relocated and I went there.
So why animation?
Oh,
Why not any other kind of film, or why
uh,
not comics?
uh,
Why animation specifically?
that was the easiest and that was the most convenient option nearby, and that was also one of the thing. It's basically we didn't have much opportunities. There was not much happening on modern art. Let's put it that way. Like
Yeah, okay.
animation, comics, or something. So I just need to get my foot into it because I was so naive and I didn't know about the industry, and so I wanted information, and the best way I could figure it out was this college. So I go there and I meet people over there, and well, they were more informed than I were, and they were like, "Oh, you need to do this," and then I figured out my love for design came in when I met a bunch of cool industrial designers who were like doing things in perspective and I was like, "Shit, I want to do that," and that's how I thought of like I got more information about the industry, and I scrambled on places where you have to go be and go to study, and so I moved
So
from.
while you were studying animation, you just met some guys that were designing, and
Yeah, yeah,
that kind of captivated you.
yeah, they were basically transport designers, so they motivated me. I liked animation. Do still like animation. I still want to work, but I don't want to become an animator. I did not know the term then. Now I know. I always want to be in the pre-production, you know I want to be in
Okay.
the visual development area. I did not know the term back then, so I just joined animation to get my foot into it. So I got my foot, and I figured out that I want to be in more pre-production. I want to be in viz dev guy. So I found out colleges that teaches design specific. So I relocated from India to. I started like basically uprising, basically from nothing. Yeah, basically
Is a
it's
Sammy revolution?
it's basically that's also a thing. It's basically the upstream struggle of being somebody creative, and I for sure everybody goes through a struggle. The struggle is real, I know. So
So
so from
you were just a little salmon,
yeah,
a
basically.
salmon in the river of
Yeah,
life.
yeah, basically that's also reason I want to get the upstream koi in my tattooed, in my
Yeah.
hand. Yeah, so basically it's basically upstream. So from India, from animation, I shifted myself to design in Singapore, and from Singapore I finished that, and I was like, awesome, now I need a job. And I was like, nope, I still need to know more, because technically if you see, I have just 1 year experience of design. Okay, so which is
Yeah, you
not.
can definitely level up in a year,
But
not
compared.
always to the extreme that you need.
Yeah, but compared to like others in my class, those were like kick ass. Like, so they were like 5 years into it. They did so many things and they were like awesome. So I said, like, I still want a job because it's going to help me to do stuffs. But then I figured out like I need to study more. So I had to relocate myself to LA because it's a place where you find entertainment or design job that I want to do. I want to be in this industry. Plus, you can study. There's like awesome places or workshops you can join, and everybody over here is an artist. So that's basically me from
Yeah.
nobody to trying to be somebody down here, and I actually enjoy my upstream struggle. It's a huge uh, thing that have made me a better person, better human, and I really appreciate those artists, those who follow their heart, because there were points where I was doubting myself because I was thinking, I just am I biting too much, But yeah, I just had
Yeah.
big, big dreams, and I want to achieve them for sure. Everybody wants, and that's why I took this risk, and I'm happy that I took this risk. I have no regret, basically.
You are in LA now because you also identified a problem with being at home and studying, at least specifically in your area. Is
Yeah,
that right?
basically nobody in my family, if you see my family history or whatever, nobody's an artist. Okay, so they don't think like an artist, they don't behave like an artist. So everybody's business, everybody's into business, or they are like working engineers or doctors or something, so it's basically they are very practical. For them, they're very practical. I mean, they go to a job, they
Yeah.
have money, they have everything. So I had nobody that's pursuing like art or something. So I need to move to be inspired. And I also thought like my best experience was when I was in Singapore. I made so much cool fellow friends. And even if I knew, if I like if I knew nothing and just hang out with like-minded people, you are just I like the ambience, I like the way they talk, and I like everything. So that's
Yeah,
why
sure.
I had to relocate to LA, and
Hmm.
up till now it has been really. If you ask me, like, if people ask me how's life, I'll say yeah, it's pretty cool. If you want to go in depth, yes, there's this problem of like you want a job. Everybody wants a job. Everyone wants to have a very certain and stable life. In this case, at this present moment, I don't have, but I'm happy. I'm not I have no regret, and hopefully, even in future when I'm like even in my deathbed, I will say to myself like, I had balls to follow what I wanted to do, you know because
Yeah,
it's
sure.
funny, because people, I know people, and I have met people in my life. They're like, oh, you're an artist, it's awesome. I always wanted to be an artist, but then the but is always that, oh, I could not do because of this life, and I was and I'm like, I wanted to be an artist, and I'm going to be an artist. It's basically a thing that I just I do doubt myself sometimes, like, because I see my family members like earning so much, or my friends, they're getting married, they are settling down because they are working in a bank or they are working somewhere. It sometimes makes me worried, but again, I know I remind myself like why I chose this, because I love this. So yeah, that's exactly what I wanted and why I'm here, and I love it.
But so, what exactly about it though completely captivated you in terms of, when you saw those designers and you had that moment where everything clicked and you're like, oh, that's what I want to do, but in animation.
So yeah, the why is very depth, that it's too deep. But thing is that, uh, in short, if I want to say, the only reason I wanted to be in design and specifically animation game Wisdom is basically I enjoy doing this. I enjoy seeing animation when I want to like get out of a movie theater in future, if I ever design for some big epic company or something. uh, I just the satisfaction it'll be so cool, and I'm waiting for that day. And if I get that, I'm fucking gonna cry. I know that, I'm gonna be in tears. I want to see a kid have a prop that I designed and he's happy playing with it. Or even
Hmm.
if I see an adult playing a game and I was involved in the design, and he's like, fuck, this game is awesome, man, you gotta check it out. I just want to see that smile in the face. It sounds very stupid. It sounds very very emotional. But hey, I am a very emotional and philosophical person.
Well, that was episode 6 of Curry Burger. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, consider subscribing or sharing the content, and check out our Facebook page if you want regular updates. We are a weekly podcast, and we're going to be bringing you something every Friday. So, other than that, have a great day and good luck on your own projects. Bye.